Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm somewhere very echoey. I'm in Wrocław, and for you it might be confusing because you might think that I still live in Wrocław. I'm not living anywhere particularly right now. I'm traveling. So I came back to Wrocław, but I've rented this Airbnb and I came here for the New Horizons Film Festival that I'm so excited about. Fortunately or unfortunately or weirdly, I'm gonna be here only for 2 days, 3 days exactly. So for 3 days, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna watch as many films as possible, which amounts to 7. And today is the opening, the official opening. And I'm going there and I'm gonna take you with me and I'm gonna tell you what I thought of all of the films that I've watched, everything that I've seen, and you're gonna see a lot of clips from Wrocław as well. So I hope you're excited. Forgive me for the echo because I'm filming on my phone and it's gonna be so much better for me to film everything on my own and not film on my camera and attach the mic. So it's gonna be a little echoey in here. This is my lifesaver right now because it's 39 degrees out. 39 degrees. Go vegan and engage in climate protests. I mean climate crisis protests, because this is ridiculous. If you're a follower of mine, you know that I'm vegan for the animals, the environment, and the planet. So if you need more resources on how you can stop this madness that is going on outside in terms of our climate just going downhill, go to the description of this video and find out as much as you can about climate change, the climate crisis that we are experiencing right now, and how you can avoid it. At least go vegan. That's the least you can do. I do this. So I am gonna do my live stream now because I'm also working. So first I'm gonna do my live stream and then I'm gonna go outside. The sun is setting and it's still so hot, like 33, 34 Celsius. It's ridiculous. But I'm on my way to day 1 of the New Horizons Film Festival. Let me show you my route because it's quite quintessentially Wrocławian. I think it's on the 2nd floor. By the way, they should have a sign here saying "Welcome home, Laura," because I've literally spent like the past 8 years here, like in and out of the New Horizons cinema. It's that time of year again. So happy. Okay, so I walked out because I just wanted to say that my main concern is how much I'm gonna cry when I see this year's festival trailer. I cry every year and I'm gonna cry. And that's all I have to say about that. It's very close. I enjoyed it, but I'll tell you more later because I'm going home and then I'm going to bed because it's super late. It's day 2 of the festival and I'm almost running late for the meeting. I mean, this is gonna be a viewing with the director Agnieszka Holland and I'm just so excited. We're gonna see Provincial actors. I think this is the English title. So I'll tell you more about Close later because I'm running late and I need to get going. The film was amazing, but I have to go outside. I have to grab something to eat because I'm starving. Like I'm literally starving. So I have to go and eat. At some point I'm gonna tell you all about the films. It's just that I'm so freaking hungry. so hot and I came back here to my Airbnb for just an hour to kind of like cool down, and I'm heading back to the New Horizons cinema, and later I'm gonna go to the main market square to see another film. But first, let me tell you very, very quickly about the 2 films that I've seen so far. The first one, which I saw yesterday at the opening of the film festival, is Close, and it's directed by Lukas, Dhont, and I hope I'm pronouncing this name correctly. This is the director of Girl that I still haven't seen, but I saw the movie Close. And to say it's beautiful is not enough. To say it's subtle, emotional, just pure, and full of truth is closer. See what I did here? So the movie tells a story of 2 best friends, Remy and Neo, and they are just the closest of friends. But when they start school, their relationship is slowly becoming a bit different. And that's all I want to say. This film is beautifully shot, and the thing that just caught my eye the most is the eyes. I could tell you about a few scenes where the eyes are just so important, but I would have to tell you about the whole film because there are a few scenes where the eyes are just the center, they grab your attention, but the actors' eyes are so beautiful anyway, and they just, I think that they are the window to the essence of this film. It's also very warm and very nostalgia driven, for me at least, kind of like pastoral, but on the other hand, it talks about closeness in so many ways, because the way I see it, the film is about how close we are to each other, how close we are to our friends and to our families, but also how close we are to our own truth and to ourselves and to our voices and our emotions. And this is no doubt one of the most beautiful films I've seen this year. And this film won the Grand Prix at the Cannes Festival this year. So if you have a chance to see Close, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And I'm so happy that I saw it as the first film of the New Horizons Film Festival. The second film that I've seen, which is the one that I saw earlier today, is Provincial Actors by Agnieszka Holland. If you don't know who Agnieszka Holland is, she is one of the most recognizable and awarded and notable Polish directors. She is a legend. She is one of the founding people of our modern Polish cinema history, and she's still creating, she's still making films. And I saw Provincial Actors, and later we had a Q&A with Agnieszka Holland herself, and I'm just so honored to have been there, and tomorrow I'm gonna see her again. But Provincial Actors is such a layered film. If you've never seen any Polish films and you want an introduction, I don't know if Provincial Actors is the best one, because it contains so many references to Polish history, to Polish literature, and it's good to know about the historical context of the late 70s, because this film was made in 1979. It's actually Agnieszka Holland's directorial debut. It's good to watch it for its own sake, but if you have a chance to watch it with a Polish person who can tell you more about it, it's gonna be even better. So this film is about actors who play in a provincial theater in a small town somewhere in Poland, and we get a glimpse into their rehearsals, their acting methods, their everyday life. But there are so many characters who are just encapsulating the essence of Polishness to some extent. And in that film, the actors are staging Liberation by Wyspiański, a Polish playwright. So yeah, it's good to know the whole context, but you can watch it still if you want to. And the whole film was incredible. And in so many ways, I can't even describe what it was like to watch it, because I know a lot about the history of Polish cinema by now, but I've never seen, actually, I'd never seen anything by Agnieszka Holland, and to see her first film, her debut, as my first film at the New Horizons Film Festival, where she was, and she was talking about it later afterwards, and her cinematographer, Jacek Petrycki, was there as well. That was just the best first time viewing experience I could have ever asked for. She just provided us with so many anecdotes and stories, which basically said that everything is exactly the same. Maybe not exactly the same, but you know, like it's been 50 years almost, and things are still kind of the same in Poland in so many ways, not only in theaters, but in so many other ways. And I just fell in love with Agnieszka Holland's energy because she is unapologetic. Like, she talked about our system, she talked about feminism, she talked about everything that is wrong in the politics as well. And I love her for that because she is such a powerful woman with an incredible career. Like, she has been nominated for an Oscar 3 times, and she is just the thing. Like, she's the boss, really. When I see her tomorrow, I think I'm gonna ask her a few questions if I manage to do so. But Provincial Actors, I highly recommend this one as well. I have 2 films to see today, like I said before, and I hope that later I'm gonna talk to you from the actual cinema, like from the movie theater, because I really want to do that in the same way that I did it in 2019, which, by the way, if you didn't know, I have a vlog from the New Horizons Film Festival that I made in 2019, which I think is my 3rd video on this channel, and that was my first festival ever. And then I took part in the 2020 edition, and last year I only watched 1 film because I was working all the time, and now I'm here for 3 days watching 7 films. I'll see you guys later. I have to go. I need to talk to you. I need to tell you what happened. I'm already so sweaty and I haven't left my Airbnb. It's so hot, it's too hot. I cannot handle it. I mean, I can, but it's just too much effort. So yesterday I saw A Little Love Package, a film by Gaston Solnicki, and he is an Argentinian-Polish filmmaker. And the criterion for me for choosing this film was, first of all, A Little Love Package. It sounds beautiful. Second of all, the screening was supposed to be followed by a filmmaker Q&A session, and it was awesome. I was not expecting to talk to Gaston, and I asked him a few questions, and it was incredible. So here are the clips for you guys. So this is Gaston Solnicki. This is a filmmaker from Argentina. For anyone who would wonder, because you have a Polish surname,
yes.
How are you connected?
Well, like most of the Polish Jews, they ended up in Argentina or in New York or in Brazil. And I was born in Buenos Aires, and I feel very connected with this long tradition, eating onions and potatoes and herring, and endogamy for thousands of years still brings me to this very important spot for me, which is the east of Europe, where I feel very, very connected to, and where I made my second film.
Oh, okay. Which is called?
A Little Love Package.
Oh, this is your second
No.
film?
It's the second film, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's my 5th film.
Yes.
But it's the second I made in Vienna.
In Vienna.
Why do you think people should go and see it?
I think it's because it's definitely not something that many people would watch on their own, as people who are not used to maybe non-linear films and films that are made without any script, people who want to figure out things as they go.
Yes, a lot of people have trouble with this kind of experience. The film is made with a lot of freedom. Some people enjoy this different way of relating to a film, to an experience, where others need some more structure or whip.
Any chance you would make any film in Poland?
Sure. It's funny because now there's this thing that I am an Austrian filmmaker, so to speak, which of course is not true. In fact, I'm a Polish. I could be more a Polish filmmaker, according to my passport at least. But yes, I live in Buenos Aires, which of course combines a lot of these cultures, a lot of immigrants. So for me, it's also I come here and I don't find it in an exotical way. For me, it's very familiar.
Yeah.
The faces, the gestures, the language, the food, the architecture. Yes, but yeah, it's quite an enigmatic, mysterious film, and
It is.
I invite all your friends and followers to come see it or to write me and ask me for the other links. This one, for now, it's still kind of not so open because the film is traveling, but I'm very happy to share all my other links.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For me, the fact that I even talked to him and I introduced myself as an aspiring filmmaker, I mean, I am a filmmaker, aren't I? But also we had this conversation where I shared my opinions on the movie and he asked me for feedback. That was incredible as well. Gaston, if you're watching this, thank you so much for giving me this incredible experience. My opinion on the film is that it was very thought-provoking in terms of the filmmaking process, the creative process, because during the Q&A, Gaston shared that he didn't have a script for the film. Neither did he have the budget or the vision, like everything. He was just figuring things out as he went along, and it was just so incredible because we're so used to seeing films that have a script, have a budget, everyone knows what they should be doing. Of course, things may happen and the film may take a totally different direction than it was originally supposed to, but I haven't heard a filmmaker talk about not having a script for something, and that was so cool. And the film really captures that. I mean, it's non-linear, and if you're used to linear narratives, then it might be a little difficult for you to follow. But if you just go and see A Little Love package with an open mind, it's gonna be really interesting. Also, from the cast perspective, part of the cast are the descendants of Charlie Chaplin, and also if you've ever seen any films by Yorgos Lanthimos, you're gonna recognize the main actress as well. So it was a fun experience, and for me as a viewer but also as a filmmaker, it was just fascinating. And once again, I'm so grateful that Gaston just gave me a few minutes of his time and that he talked to you guys, and I'm just so honored. And that was film number 3 for me. And then I went to see a film at the main Market Square, and that was a film that I knew was gonna break my heart. And that film did break my heart. And I wanted to film from a different angle for you guys, but I'm getting hotter and hotter every second. This fan is not helping. I mean, it is. You are, but it's not enough. The film that broke my heart was In the Mood for Love by Wong Kar-Wai from 2002. Now, just a side note, if you ever come to Wrocław for the New Horizons Film Festival, you're gonna see the main Market Square screenings, and they are kind of like outside of the festival because they are free. They're free. You can literally see incredible films for free on a big screen in the heart of the city center, and there are stars above you, and it's just the perfect setting for watching anything. So that's number 1. Number 2, the films are usually outside of the festival because they have already probably been distributed or they are in season. So you'd probably end up seeing something recent that had its premiere last year, or you could end up seeing something like In the Mood for Love. And I'd known about this film for ages, literally for ages, ever since I took my Academy of World Cinema History course at the New Horizons Film Festival. I learned about the film. I knew that I was gonna watch it one day, but I was saving it for a perfect moment. And I think yesterday was literally perfect. And I was also saving the film because I knew it was gonna shatter me because of the theme, which is star-crossed lovers, and it's one of my favorite themes ever in movies and books and everything. And so if you've never heard about In the Mood for Love, it's just, oh my god. Honestly, it's one of the most beautiful films about love ever made. The story is set in the 60s in Hong Kong, and the main characters are both married. Both of their spouses, they travel a lot, and the main characters are neighbors, so they end up seeing each other a lot. And I don't want to say anything more, but you know, they become close. So it's just, first of all, it's such a touching story. Second of all, it's set in the 60s in Hong Kong, so it's just gorgeous. But it's the cinematography, the colors, the costumes, the music, and everything is just so, it's perfect. It is perfect. And I'm so happy that I hadn't seen this film before because I knew that it would stay with me forever. And I'm so happy that I saw it in the main market square here in Wrocław during the New Horizons Film Festival. And I'm gonna just watch it probably like a lot of times from now on, because it's right up my street, and I'm still impressed, and it just left me, I wouldn't say heartbroken, but there's an ache right now in my soul that I don't want to heal, because it doesn't have to be healed. I can live with it. So In the Mood for Love, guys, if you've never seen it, you have to see it. You really have to see it. Trust me. And now it's time for me to get up from the floor and get ready, because today is my last day of the festival. It's my last day. It's not the last day, but today I'm actually changing my plans. I was supposed to see 2 more films and then a set of short films, but I think instead of the short films, I'm gonna see a different film, because yesterday I had a very interesting encounter that my intuition is telling me to follow up on, and I think I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I'm gonna change my plans. I'm gonna go with the flow, as I should. I'm gonna figure things out as I go. And right now, I mean, why am I doing this? In an hour, I'm gonna see Agnieszka Holland's film again, and I'm just so excited. What mess? What are you talking about? I just wanted to show you my outfit for today. Apparently it's gonna be raining, but yeah, this is what I'm wearing if anyone is interested in that. Okay, let's go. I've just seen Afterwater, which is in the main competition here, but I don't think you're gonna hear me. This is too noisy to be talking to you. Like when I was filming the previous festival vlog, I had a camera and a mic, and this one is different. It's 10 p.m. I got here at 8 and I missed 1 film. And here's the thing, I didn't feel well. So I went home. It's something to do with my stomach. I'm supposed to get my period, and you know, this heat, if you are a person who gets periods, you might be feeling so many things because your hormones are going crazy, and that happened to me, and I just needed to come back home, and I missed 1 film, which I'm not really sad about, but I really wanted to see it, but happens, right? Now I can finally tell you about the 2 films that I saw today. Also, I couldn't film at the New Horizons because it was just way too noisy, as you saw. Let's go to the first film that I saw today, which was A Woman Alone by Agnieszka Holland, and that was my 2nd film of hers that I've ever seen. The first one was Provincial Actors, and this one is definitely better if you want to get into her work and into Polish cinema. God, I'm sweaty. Yeah, I need to take a shower and I need to pack. That was the 2nd film that I saw of hers, and it was so good. So this film is a story of a woman who has a son, and she is navigating many different situations in her life, which basically all can be summed up in she is alone. Like, she doesn't have anyone in her corner, and at some point she meets a young man and they forge a very interesting relationship. That film was shot in Wrocław as well, so if you want to see Wrocław in the 80s, you can. It hasn't changed that much in certain areas. This film was very well made. It had a few comic relief moments that were just pure gold. And I think that this film is highly relevant today as well. Not only when it comes to the situation of Polish women, but women in general. And this is something that Agnieszka Holland said herself in the Q&A session after the film. And in that Q&A session, there was Jacek Petrycki present, the cinematographer working on that film with Agnieszka Holland. And for my Polish audience, my Polish viewers, Bogusław Linda was there as well, and he was taking people's questions and answering them, and he was just incredible. I was fangirling on the inside and on the outside. If you've never seen Blind Chance by Kieślowski, in Polish it's Przypadek, with Bogusław Linda, highly recommend. I think this is one of the best films that I've seen with Bogusław Linda, and also one of my favorite films by Kieślowski. That filmmaker Q&A session was just incredible. And afterwards, I came up to Agnieszka Holland and I asked her a few questions, and she was so kind, so sweet, and she was just, you know, like she had this embodied energy of just being so present and so focused, so confident, and just, you know, this strong woman energy, which I admired. And I was just so happy to talk to her for a few minutes, and she was just a sweetheart, and I loved it. I asked her for some tips for an aspiring filmmaker that I am, and she wished me good luck, and I was just, you know, so yeah, I was just so happy. And after that meeting, I was just too emotional. Like, this is a clip of me just shaking all over. But then I went to see Afterwater by Dane Komljen. I hope this is the correct pronunciation of the director's name. This film was so fascinating, but I think the Q&A was even more fascinating, because watching the film Afterwater was so spiritual. It's an experimental film. It uses different filming methods and also storytelling methods. It's a very immersive experience, and Dane himself, he said that this is a summer film. And it is, because this story, or the three stories told in that film, are all about people exploring or spending time at the lake, or at a lake. There are a few lakes in this film. And if you've never seen any non-linear or experimental films, I think this one is gonna be something you could start with, because this film is not, you know, fast-paced. It's quite slow. It's all about sensation and movement and language. It was multilingual as well, because the characters were speaking Polish, German, Russian or Ukrainian, Spanish, and a very interesting language in the third part. What caught my attention was just how free or how freeing the filmmaking process and the creative process can be. Just like when I was talking to you guys about A Little Love Package, Afterwater is an exploration and finding out what you're doing while you're doing it as well. So I highly recommend this film. And that was the last film that I saw. I'm so grateful to have spent 3 days here and to have seen 6 movies, and I'm just so happy. And now you're gonna see me at the main market square, just me saying goodbye to the festival. I had a blast. Thank you so much, Nowe Horyzonty. I love you to pieces. And I'm manifesting showing my films at this festival in the future. So yeah, let's manifest together. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.